Welcome to episode 7 of Let's Play SimCity 4. And we're going to start off with showing you a feature that you probably know about if you've played this game. But I believe this was built in with the Rush Hour expansion pack, but we can see where people travel. Like, for example, if you want to know where people in, say, this house work, you can see not only where they work, but the route they take. And often it's very short like this, and they'll drive distances that you think that people would normally just be able to walk. For example, those people, oh, they work next door. That's very useful. Oh, they also work there. They drive down to here. I guess they're construction workers if they're building this building. It also works in reverse. If you want to look at where people who work here live, you'll notice some of them live nearby and walk. And some of them live a little bit of ways and have to drive. And this is also true with bits of road. For example, you want to find out who drives on this stretch of road, you can see. Now blue is for freight trucks because, well, these guys have to get their goods out somehow. One thing, if you notice, you see how this mansion kind of looks a little crummy right now? See, it's been abandoned. It's too bad. We were in such good shape. But we'll start time once again. What we want to do is look at the traffic, see if there's any trouble spots. As you can see, it's yellow here, so more people are using the street than they were, but it's not too bad yet. But I see some red spots down here. And you know what I like to do at this stage? Just put roads in little spots like that. It just sort of improves the intersection. Now it seems like people are using, I believe that's, what's the name of that street? Margarita Street has a shortcut to get down there. So what we're going to do is upgrade this whole thing into a road. The only thing is I now have to type in the name again. But that's no big deal. And as you can see, the name's now a lot bigger. And if someone wants, they can drive straight down into here. So that's good. Well, now it's time to build more and more and more. One thing about this game, you'll never stop building, but that's okay because that's kind of the whole point you play it. Put some more residential there. And what has happened now is we've expanded beyond the boundaries of our water. Now this is going to cost us some money. In fact, it's going to cost us a lot of money. But you're going to find it's an investment worth making. As people want to live in areas where there is public water. And no, the pipes don't have to follow the streets, and in fact, I would probably recommend that you don't bother doing that. And if you can see from our funding, our expenses are going up. Oh look, we have a complaint about a street. Let's take a look at what they're talking about. Oops, we're still on underground view here. Yes, this section of Rubik Street, including these two intersections, are bad. So you know what we're going to do? Upgrade this section of street and do that. So now there are 2 traffic lights there. 1, 2. You see them? That's going to help traffic flow in that area. So it's little spot improvements like that that can help your city a lot. Oh look, the mansion looks like it's better than it was. I think there are people there now. But you see this? See how there's only 1 simoleon sign and 2 blank ones? That means basically the rich owners moved out and sublet the mansion into several spaces. for renters. I'll take a look at that. There's a guy doing the pool. That was kind of funny. Can you hear those noises? I think someone's gone on strike, which is very annoying, but it happens. Now, we don't have a police station up here, so we're going to build one. This whole area doesn't have police or fire service, so we're going to build a station here, sorry, people who live here, on the corner of Shakespeare and Nicodemus. And we're going to build a fire station here, up on Kelly and Nicodemus. And yes, they complain even after you build stuff, so just get used to that. And we're going to build a high school. We're going to put this high school right here at the corner of Sturm Road and what's this one called? Oh yeah, that's Rubric Street. There we go. So that's much better. Now since people want to work, we're going to build them some more industrial plants. Or more industrial zones. But none too close to the mayor's house. He doesn't want to face that every day, so we're going to build a housing development up there. Yes, the mayor can be a greedy person sometime. Alright, and now what's happened is a major industrial developer has to wait because I have another appointment. Okay. They want to build a state fair. And you know what? We'll do it. These take up a lot of room, but they're a lot of fun, so we'll put it out here. Yes, this will attract a lot of people. We'll also attract crime and stuff, but I don't think it will to a huge extent. So yeah, definitely a fun thing to have. But yeah, like I said, a large developer has bought up all this area here and wants to build an industrial park along the river according to his own specifications. So, he is allowed. And yes, before you ask, why can't you use that land for something nicer? Industrial developers, in the old days at least, liked riverfront property. Yes, living along the river wasn't considered a sign of the upper classes until relatively recently, because that used to be where the docks were. You know, if you've watched a mafia movie, you know, down by the docks or whatever, in whatever accent they use, Italian or whatever. I'm no good with accents, I'm not going to try. But yes. And another commercial developer, or industrial developer, wants to build across the street here. And a lot of municipalities in the real world have a conditional use where you can zone some commercial in your industrial zone. So that's what we're doing here. Yes, this is something that happens often in real life, and is happening here in SimWorld. What was once prime farmland has been converted into industrial and commercial uses. Like it or hate it, it's a fact of life. So, that's what's going on here. And then they realize they're going to need yet another bridge because of all these new zones. So we're going to build one here. We'll see what kind of bridges we have available to us. And we have a lot of different styles, including a covered bridge, where I live in Pennsylvania, there's a lot of those. But we're gonna build one of these because it looks like it fits the architectural style of the area. Yes, and as much as it might suck to see this farmland get demolished, industrial developers are really pouncing on this area. So we're just going to have to live with that. And I'm afraid we're already running out of time. So join us next time, in which we'll build more residential for people who work at these new industrial places.